Getting the gloves on. Cranking up the jacket. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Frozen Side of Beef with your host, Nacho, who is actually rolling, like the name says. And it is a brisk 37 degrees, and I'm heading to Kansas. Well, eventually. Right now, I just passed through Nashville, and got off the highway to turn this back on to give it a try, because I did silly things this morning and it didn't really work out, and I can't really turn my head. Okay, let's do a fancy U-turn here. Ooh, look at all the vibration the wide-angle lens is doing, or is it just horrible? Is that better? That's better. All right. It's probably going to fall off. But anyway, I had a great time last 24 hours. Definitely made up for the last 2 days, which were horrible. Dreet and Mezzy and Sean and I did a little flying. It felt good to fly. Even though it was a little cold, it was like, two big bearded fat guys. We're okay. We'll survive. What else can I tell you? I just passed through Nashville traffic. It was a wonderful thing. And I'm heading to Kansas. Now, Kansas has my sister and her kids there, and I'm going to do my best to meet up with them tonight for dinner. And here's the twist now. So I want your opinion. Please post in the comments, friends. She's offering me her Jeep Cherokee to use for this assignment and put my bike in the garage. She just bought a brand new car. Her other car is in working condition. I could take the bike and I could leave it in Kansas City in a nice, warm indoor garage and drive a Jeep for the winter. What do you think of that? Think of them apples. You think that's something I should do? I'm curious. I know it's going to be cold. I'm okay with that. It's winter. I get it. They don't get a lot of snow where I'm going. It's just going to be, cold. I'm leaning towards just taking the bike. But I'll tell you, it's a little tempting. If I want to do some night photography, I won't have to sit out freezing my butt off. I can be in the car with the heat on, running everything remotely. That has its appeal. I won't lie. It does have its appeal. This is, I guess, not a very good time to stream. I'm worried about Thomas O'Sullivan. I have not seen him in days. Somebody needs to check on him. Anybody got his phone number? He is missed. I mean, he'll miss a live stream, but not like 6 live streams. There's something wrong. I know he didn't follow me because we're like brothers. So, but he's also in Ireland, which is far away. Oh, good, it's getting colder. It's pretty cold out here. It's gotta be getting down to the, let's see what it is. It's still 37 degrees. You know what, this thing is failing. I'm gonna take that off. So you have to look at my big head. But it does open up a whole bunch of ideas for me. Alright, enough of that. Oh, wow, nobody's here. I feel so unloved. Right shoulder closed. So today's the last day of my billing cycle with... It's cold. Last day of my billing cycle for my phone, and I still have like almost 30 gigs left. So I'm going to be streaming a lot today because you can only roll over so much. I think 20 is the limit. So, no sense in losing it. I'm going to talk all day. Oh, man. It feels good to be like up in higher elevations again, although I don't think I'm really that high. Let's see how high we are. The elevation is not on the screen. Alright, well. I can't imagine us being higher than 3,000 feet, but it's better than sea level. Yep. Look how when I talk, I'm fogging up. Not as bad as I did when I was down at sea level. That's interesting. You see the little. If it was an Insta360, I'd say the red dot of death, but I have a green dot of death. All right. Well, there you go. So I had a good time flying with Sean this morning. I'm not gonna lie. The new Mavic Mini is almost enough to make me just want to go and sell my Mavic Pro and get it. And it sounds like, well, why would you do that? The Mavic Pro is a great drone. And it is. But it's so tiny. It's the same size as practically as the battery for the Mavic Pro. I mean, it would free up so much space on the bike. But then Sean, always the voice of reason, well, you wouldn't be able to hang your 360 camera from it. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, good enough. Done. Dug me out one line. Actually, he came up with a couple of good points. But he said you should get it. You should get it. It's a fun toy. But I'm trying to think. Okay, let's think about like a Boy Scout. All right. I follow drone rules. I'm going to tell you, I won't lie. I bend the line of sight one a little bit because I can only see so far. I'm getting old. But for the most part, I'm law-abiding. And if I am line of sight, it's open and clear, and I can just see it as a dot. But whatever. Anyway, forgot where I was going with that. I'm getting old, but I follow the rules. Long story short, follow the rules. I'm a Boy Scout. I got a couple houses. I have a family, I have money, not money, but like good money, but I have enough money that I don't want to get fined big money. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to get being used as an example. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm a good guy. I want to stay a good guy. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to break any laws, and I don't want to hurt the droning future by screwing up. You know what I mean? Right now is an important time to behave. I mean, you should always really behave, but it's really important now because rules, laws, habits, the future of droning is being determined every single day. And every time you do something stupid to put us in a bad light, it hurts our future. This is like, right now we are in the old west of drone flying. The stuff we're doing today, I'm going to be pretty sure that 5 years from now, we won't be able to do half of it. We'll be lucky if we can fly at all. The more commercialized droning becomes, I'm telling you, it's going to be, the hobbyists will be done. The big money will take the sky away from us. Not to sound like a paranoid person. It's just, it is what it is. And I get it. But screwing up and being like really stupid, doing stupid things, is only going to make that happen faster. So my point, very long drawn out point, is even though you don't have to register it, it's a cute little tiny little itsy bitsy mini drone that feels and looks and acts like the Mavic Pro. And 2.7K is, yes, not 4K, but I'll tell you, I've seen some of it. It looks pretty good. You know what I mean? And I've seen people do some pretty crappy 4K. But I digress. My point is, the allure of buying it because it's below the registration weight isn't enough. Because, what does that mean? It just means that I can fly it, and if I crash it into somebody's window, I don't have to go claim it because they won't know whose it is. I mean, it's not like I could fly it anywhere. Like if the below 250 whatever grams, 255, whatever it is, 255, 250, whatever. If if below those grams mean that you're excluded from all this, the rules of drone flight, now that's a different story. Then it would be kind of like, oh yeah, that is a good thing, because then you could turn around and fly it anywhere. You know, and I'm not saying be a criminal, but I'm saying we could fly in the park. It's now a toy. It's not a drone. It's a below a certain weight. It's a drone. I can fly it anywhere. I can fly it in the mall parking lot. I can fly it anywhere. It's not if it's not classified as a full-blown drone, then you could pretty much get away with flying it almost anywhere. So if that's the positive of it, then right then and there is the reason to get it. Because it really is for what it is, it's packed with good stuff. And now, at the same time, after spending a little time with it today, I'll tell you that as an experienced drone flyer, you can love it because and if you're a DJI guy, you're used to everything about it. But as an amateur, I recommend it because, well, let's go back to experience. As an experienced drone pilot, I don't know about you, but I don't depend heavily on my crash detection unless I'm doing sketchy stuff. When I mean sketchy stuff, it's like, doing my flying backwards to the trees and all that kind of stuff. But for my normal, and I don't really count on it, I kind of turn it off because it all goes off when I'm trying to do that stuff. But I don't need it as like I did when I first started. I have a better grasp of my third dimension drone life. I know where I am usually, and I know what's around me. But at the same point, as a new drone guy, as, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I think I want to dabble in droning, I don't know yet, I would so strongly recommend this this drone, because it really does feel good, and it does feel like a Mavic Pro, and it does a lot of great stuff, and it feels good, and it's easy to fly, and it was super stable, and it's itsy bitsy. It's a toy. I would fly it in my house. I'm an idiot like that, but I can't strongly recommend it enough. That people are like, oh, I don't want that. It's crap. It's too little. Fly it, and you fall in love with it. Hold it in your hand. It weighs nothing. It weighs less than like a Mavic Pro battery. At least it felt like that to Sean. I didn't hold both of them. I just said, I wonder if it weighs less than the battery, because we were holding them side by side. But you get what I'm saying. It's stop being specs guy. You got enough specs guys out there, and they want, oh, it doesn't have the best and greatest. It's not the latest and greatest. And I'll tell you right now, that's, who it doesn't matter. Because they're all good at this point. They're all fantastic. And if this incredibly small drone, which I think is fantastic, can fit better into your life financially and physically, I strongly recommend it. I don't think you can go wrong by buying it. You'd enjoy it. Granted, you won't be doing stupid things like going incredibly far with it, but I think the range is still pretty good. I wouldn't do what I did. I flew over the ocean just looking for whales, and I went way too far out there. I don't think I would get to do that with this, but, I don't want to do that anyway. After losing my camera, I have like a water, I don't know if fear is the right word, but I'm definitely more cautious over the water than I was. So, there's that. But, I can't believe nobody popped in. Not a single person. You guys got jobs? People must be working for a living. That's right. We all gotta work, right? Can't buy stuff without working. So this has been a great, maybe it's because I took like a couple weeks off tending to my wife. My frame rate's dropping to 3, 2. Maybe I should just hang up. There we go, we're back. Alright, so I took a couple weeks off and I was taking care of my wife. And I'm going to say that maybe I needed it on many levels, because now the tech's exciting me again. Well, I mean, granted, I also did get the Max and then not use it. I literally just sat there and not used it. But I had low expectations for the GoPro Max. I mean, to the point where I was just like, whatever, I'll get it. It's waterproof. It's a 360 camera. It's as good as the Fusion with an easier workflow. I didn't think it was better than the Fusion or the 1X, to be honest with you. But I'm not saying I'm sour towards Insta360 1X, but it's like I don't like to repeat myself. Whenever I buy the same thing, like if I have something and it's gone, stolen, broken, whatever, and then I go out and buy another one to have it again, I never enjoy the second one as much as I did the first one. It doesn't have the same appeal. I don't know. It loses something with me, or just the opposite. I have terrible luck with it for some reason. So I figured I'd better just not. I figured I would wait for Insta360 to come out with something new, or I would see what's coming out. And there's a lot of cool stuff coming out, so who knows what's going to happen. But I went with the Max, and I went with it wholeheartedly and kind of like, it'll be fine, I guess. It'll do. And now that I've played with it and used it in a real world test and the way I use these things, I gotta tell you, it's pretty damn good. I'm all right with it. I am fine with it. It's a keeper. My frame rate's dropping again. At least, hopefully you can at least hear me. Not that there's anybody here. I'm really just talking to myself with witnesses, eventually, if anybody ever watches this. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna listen to music, see how that feels. And somebody check on Thomas O'Sullivan. I'm worried. Maybe I don't know where he is. He's been out of sight. That's never a good thing. I don't want people to disappear and go, if I didn't come online, nobody would even notice. I notice. Thomas, wherever you are. Alright, kids. This is your friend, Old Man Nacho, freezing his nuts off on the highway in Tennessee for your entertainment. Bye.